everybody, my name is Minou. Today we are going to be talking about a Warrior Spirit, the brand new novella that just came out. I just finished reading it. It's about Tree, Pebbleshine, and Mothwing, and my expectations weren't that high coming into this. I was like, why do we need a Tree novella? Why do we even need a Mothwing novella? Of course, I was excited for it, but what's the purpose? And then why do we need a Pebbleshine novella? I wasn't super excited coming into this, but you know what? It surpassed my expectations by quite a bit. So today I'm going to be talking about my reaction to each of these mini stories. Spoiler alert for this novella. I will try not to spoil anything in the Broken Code if I can avoid it. Let's start off with Tree's novella. Tree, I was not excited for Tree. I was like, why do we need Tree? I don't really like Tree that much. I guess coming from the sisters, he's a bit interesting, and his powers at least kind of creative, but mostly I don't have a connection with Tree, so I was just like, do we really need a Tree novella? Is it just gonna be him pretending to be a bush the whole time? Obviously, I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but I couldn't possibly imagine what this novella would reveal about anything or how it would be important in any way. But it turned out to be really good, if not like insanely important to the plot, the current plot. It was still very good. We got to see the point of view of the sisters as a Tom, which is something that's never happened, and it was kind of sad too, especially with Root. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I was surprised. But I must say it is not relevant to the plot, which is good, because if it was, then it'd become like Tiger Star's Shadow and Hawkwing's Journey, where you have to read it to understand what's going on. So I'm kind of glad that it isn't relevant, but at the same time, like, why does this exist? And novellas lately, they haven't been tear-jerking. They haven't hit you hard, right? They've been interesting. They've been fun to read and entertaining, but usually novellas, they don't destroy your insides and your heart and your soul and just tear you to pieces like some super editions and main book series do. I must say, this one didn't either. None of these books in this novella collection have jerked at my heartstrings in the way that other books have, but I must say it was worth the measly $8. It was a very good story, and I love me some Mothwing stuff, even if it's not exactly necessary, and if we've already heard the story a million times, like, I still love me some Mothwing stuff, okay? So, yeah, it was totally worth the money. I would totally buy it again if I had to. So, yeah, there's Tree's novella, and now we're going to move on to Pebbleshine's. So, mostly, why? Meh. Why do we need this? It was mostly not good. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, it was interesting to see Pebbleshine's like capture from her point of view. That was actually really intense and really interesting. But you know what ruined it for me? At some point in the novella, I don't remember when, but the monster with all the chicken cages that took her away, it was referred to as the chicken monster. And, like, chicken monster, to me, translates into Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex translates into that internet game on Chrome. Like, on Chrome, when you lose your internet, it just gives you this little T-Rex that jumps over cactuses and stuff. That's what I see. And so now I have this little T-Rex holding Pebbleshine and just, like, sprinting away with her, jumping over buildings alarmingly high, and just, like, zooming off with his poor cat in his claws. Obviously, I know that it's a truck. Obviously, I know that there are cages in the truck and she just got stuck. But that novella will always remind me of this image I have in my head now. And honestly, I'm really glad that they referred to it as a chicken monster. I really like that. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the story. It's pretty off topic. So another thing that I liked was the Bugs Bunny reference. I don't know why it's in there, but cool, I guess. I like Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes. Yeah, I'm into that kind of. So I'm not sure why it exists, but it was interesting to see a reference of not warriors inside of warriors. That doesn't happen often. But otherwise, besides those two little details, I honestly did not like Pebbleshine's story. I mean, it was interesting to see how she stayed with Tree for a while, and I really liked Olive and Milo, but besides that, like, Olive and Milo, they were good. They were good. They weren't just like fat kitty pets who are just trying to play, and they're not jerks, but they're just like fun people who just want to go on an adventure and do something fun. Like, it's cool, and they're like brave and they're witty, and I like them. They're good. But otherwise, Pebbleshine's kits, no thank you. I mean, I'd pass on that if I was offered it again, and I probably am not going to reread it that much, just because it was a bit boring, and honestly, it didn't really give me much to chew on, I guess. It didn't give me much to think about, except for the T-Rex thing, but besides that. So next is the big one. So obviously, this novella, its main selling point is Mothwing, and that's a huge reason why I bought it. If it was just about Tree and Pebbleshine, maybe some other minor character, I would be like, yeah, no thank you, I'll get something else. But no, it has Mothwing in it, so of course I needed to get it. And Mothwing's story, it was decent. It wasn't a bad novella, it was good, but there were a few things that confused me. First, I've been noticing a trend recently where warriors have been randomly switching to medicine cats. You have a certain couple of people in Veil of Shadows who became medicine cats, even though they were warriors, like almost fully grown warriors or completely ready, done warriors. They're done with their warrior training, but they became medicine cats anyway, and really quickly. The decision was really fast, and kind of like it wasn't that interesting. Mothwing, her transition was pretty good from warrior to medicine cat, but still it was a bit jarring, right? To see her being a warrior one moment and then a medicine cat the next. It's always jarring. But I like how they did her transition with that flashback to Tadpole's death and then Black Claw drowning in the mud and then her having to be saved by like the medicine cat and then her realizing, oh my god, if I knew all these skills, I could have totally saved my brother. That was good. I loved that. But other than that, like, it wasn't too interesting. We got the normal story with, Hawkfrost putting the Mothwing in front of the den. We already know that. Even though it was cool to see it from her point of view and to see how that totally mentally tormented her for most of her life, still, it was same story. We've heard this before. And then her whole thing with not believing in StarClan. It was cool to be inside of RiverClan while that whole thing was going on, but other than that, it wasn't super interesting. Another thing that is kind of funny, Moon Kitty made a video on this already, but Voltooth got stung by bees, and then he was like, StarClan, please forgive me. I don't know what I did to deserve this punishment, but please forgive me of my sins. Dude, you got stung by a bee? You got stung by a bee. This has nothing to do with anything. It's not even during the broken code timeline, so you can't even justify it by being like, oh, he's just being like superstitious because Brambleclaw's spreading all these rumors, but no, he's literally just living his normal warrior life, and he got stung by a bee, and then he was like, StarClan has punished me. Please forgive me, StarClan. What was that? And then it was interesting to see how Mothwing felt kind of awkward around that situation, but like, couldn't you have done something different? Like, couldn't you have given a better reason for him to be begging StarClan for forgiveness than he got stung by a bee? Like, you could have had him get hit by a falling branch or attacked by an owl or something weird happened to him that was pretty serious instead of just like a bee sting, which you live in the wild. Bees are all around you. I'm surprised not more cats haven't gotten bee stings. And as far as we can tell, it's always thorns or something that's bothering them, not bee stings. But still, regardless, there must be many cats getting bee stings all the time. They live in a forest, in a marsh, wherever they live. They live in the wild. There's bees in the wild. You get stung by bees all the time, I'm sure. And now here's Voltooth, like, just begging StarClan for forgiveness because of a bee sting. Oh my god. Great StarClan. So, other than that, I did enjoy Mothwing's novella. I must say, it was interesting to see from her point of view a lot of things. It was cool to see her with Leafpool, and we got to see her relationship with Sasha, and we got to see, really for the first time, I think, that Hawkfrost was the one who made the decision to stay in RiverClan. Mothwing would not have been part of RiverClan if it weren't for Hawkfrost, and that is kind of revolutionary. It's not insanely revolutionary, but it's very interesting indeed. Like, imagine if Hawk Frost hadn't been so determined to stay in RiverClan, we wouldn't have Mothwing. And it's interesting to see her doubts about her belonging in RiverClan. In the beginning, it kind of seems like a trend for this not belonging theme to be coming up with Shadow over RiverClan. No, Shadow in RiverClan. I always mess that up. Shadow in RiverClan coming up about Feathertail's place in RiverClan because she's half clan. It's the same thing going on here where Mothwing's half clan and she's like, oh, I don't know where I belong in RiverClan. I don't know if I even belong at all. And that theme's popping up a lot. I'm slightly tired of it, but hey, it was still good, and I loved it. It was totally worth the buy. Generally, if I had to give this 1 out of 10 rating, I'd give it 7.5 or 8, somewhere up there. It's good. It's decent. It's not amazing, though. It's not tear-jerking. It's not heart-wrenching. It's not extremely frustrating to see like this villain or something. It's not super interesting, but hey, it's a good read, and we get to learn about some of our favorite characters, mostly Mothwing. So yes, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.